Spice fam, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. Today I will be showing you how I make Grenadian split peas and rice. If you're interested, keep watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, put on your post notification bell so you don't miss each time we upload. Also, don't forget to share our videos. Now let's get into this video. To start off, we are going to prep the split peas. Here I have some split peas that I did soak overnight and I did wash it really well, and we are next going to pressure it. Now the reason for soaking and pressuring is basically to help with the cooking process, meaning that the peas would evenly cook throughout the whole process of us cooking the rice and peas. All right, so next I'm adding it to my pressure pot, and I'm also adding in some water, and I will leave the link to the recipe with all the correct measurements and everything in the description box below. I did allow it to come to a boil, as you can see here, and next we are going to put on the rubber onto the pressure cover and allow it to pressure for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, this is what the split piece is looking like, and as you can see, it is nice and soft but still has some shape to it. All right, and there is excess water. Now we will not throw that away, but keep watching and I will show you what I am going to be doing with that. Next, we are moving on to some of the seasonings we will be adding to the split peas and rice. Here I have some green seasoning. I have here some chives, onion, and I love using plenty onion, so plenty onion is in there, as well as garlic and pimento. And you will be needing some coconut milk. You can use fresh or those in the pack, as well as some rice, which we will wash as we go along. So these are some of the seasonings we are using. So what I did to the split peas is that I remove it from the liquid and set the liquid aside, as you can see here, and we are going to be using the liquid back into the split peas and rice. All right, so don't throw that away, it's very useful. Next, to my pot, I'm adding in some oil, and I will add in the seasonings that was mentioned, or that were mentioned before, sorry, correcting myself, that were mentioned before. And I want you to comment below and let me know how you make your split peas and rice. What do you do differently and how you do it? All right, so once the seasonings have been added, I am going to give that a quick mix until everything is mixed in well together, and I am going to allow it to saute for a couple minutes, and once that is done, I will come back to show you the next step. So after a couple minutes it's done, I'm next adding in the peas, and we are going to mix that really well and allow it to saute for another couple of minutes or so. You can just simply eyeball it just to make sure it's not burning or anything, and that helps with the infusion of the flavors from the seasonings into the peas. So once that is done, we are next going in with our coconut milk. So I'm adding in the coconut milk, and I'm going to give that a quick whisk just to make sure that it is evenly distributed together with the peas. And we are next going to add in the rice. Oh, I did allow it to come to a boil as well. So I am adding in the washed rice and then mixing that around as well. And next I'm going to go in with the reserved peas water. All right, so we are using everything. We are not allowing anything to be wasted. So once that has been added, give that a really good mix. And then next we are going to go or move on to adding other seasonings. Here I have some dry parsley, some pink Himalayan salt, and as well as some cayenne pepper. Now Scotch bonnet can be used, but I don't have any on hand, so yeah. Also black pepper can be used as well if that's a preference. Mix it all together and allow it to cook. Be sure to check it constantly, stir it constantly, add water and salt where needed. While that is happening, we're moving on to the beef, and here I have my beef nicely seasoned, and I did season it overnight, which helps with the infusion of those wonderful seasoning flavor into the meat. And we are basically going to do the same process as we would have done with the peas. So I am now adding it to the pot, and I'm adding in a good amount of water, as I don't want it to burn either. and then we are going to bring that to a boil. Also, I would love for you to comment below and let me know how you cook your beef stew, all right, or stewed beef, whichever name you call it. So once it comes to a boil, I'll come back to show you the next step. So here is the beef and it is boiling, so I am going to put on or apply the pressure cover, and once it's done I will come back to show you the next step. So here's the beef after 15 minutes, and that is the perfect time to have it pressured for. So this is what it looks like. It is nice. I'm just basically testing it so that you can see it cuts through really well. So it's nice and soft but still has its shape maintained. All right, so we're going to set that aside and move on to the next step. For the stewed beef, I have some seasonings here. I have here some onion, garlic, and pimento peppers, as well as some green seasoning. And I have here some carrots, which I will be adding to the beef stew. Now, these are just some of it. As I go along, I will show you the other ingredients we're adding to the stewed beef. To a pot, I'm adding in some oil. And again, we are going to be adding in the seasonings that was mentioned before. And we're going to allow it to saute for a few minutes. So don't forget to comment below, let us know how you do your stewed beef or beef stew, if that's what you call it. So once all of the seasonings have been added, give that a really good mix until it is well combined, and then allow it to saute for a few minutes. After that time it is done, we are next going in with the beef. Mix it around really well until it is well coated in that seasoning. And next we are going in with some browning. Now, I did add a tad too much of the browning to my stew, but of course the darker or the brown or the less brown it is depends on preferences. All right, so you do it basically to how you prefer it to be in terms of the color. So mix that in really well until everything is combined, and allow it to fry or saute for a couple more minutes before adding in any of the other ingredients. Once it's done, next add in that reserved water or broth from the beef, and next go in with the carrots. Now, also Irish potatoes or English potatoes can be used as well. Mix that in really well, and next we are going to move on to adding in the other ingredients such as seasonings. So I am going to add in some salt, followed by some cayenne pepper. Scotch bonnet can be used as well. Next, I'm going to go in with some bay leaves, and this basically enhances the flavor of the meat. I'm following up with some parsley, and of course I'm adding in a little bit of brown sugar, which helps with bringing out the flavors more. I also did add in a couple cinnamon sticks that I forgot to get on camera. And mix that in really well and allow it to cook. Be sure to check it constantly for water and flavor if there's a need for such. So it is done. As you can see here, it's nice and delicious, and we are going to remove it from the heat and check on our rice and split peas, or split peas and rice. So this is what our split peas and rice is looking like so far. It is still a bit on the wet side, so I'm going to allow it to cook for a couple more minutes, and then once it's finished I will come back with the plated version for you to see what it looks like. Here is our split peas or Grenadian split peas and rice with stewed beef, and I did add some steamed broccoli and carrots to the plate. Alright, so this is what it looks like. I really do hope that you did enjoy today's video. Please don't forget to comment and let us know how you do your split peas and rice, and also how you do your stewed beef. We are looking forward to seeing them, and until the next time, see you in our next video. Bye bye.